This isn't a video game. This is real war, and Ukraine is using motorcycles to launch assaults on Russian armor. In 2025, dirt bikes have become tools of destruction. Why, and how does it actually work? For decades, motorcycles have been symbols of rebellion and freedom. But in Ukraine, they've become weapons. Facing one of the largest military machines on Earth, Ukrainian forces are turning to an unlikely strategy: lightweight dirt bikes armed with anti-tank weapons, used for fast-hit attacks and rapid withdrawals. It's cheap, it's chaotic, and in many ways, it's genius, but also incredibly dangerous. So where did this idea come from? And is it the future of warfare, or a desperate last resort? This isn't the first time bikes went to war. In World War I, motorcycles were used to carry messages and scout enemy lines. By World War II, Germany had fielded over 18,000 sidecar-equipped BMW R75s and Zundap KS750s. Built tough, built fast, and often armed. The U.S. responded with a Harley-Davidson WLA, the Liberator. It wasn't as off-road capable, but it brought mobility and morale. Post-war motorcycles faded from front lines. Tanks, APCs, and drones took over, but bikes never disappeared from the battlefield completely. They were used by U.S. Special Forces in Afghanistan and continue to be tools for recon, courier work, and silent infiltration. What makes motorcycles unique in war isn't firepower, it's flexibility. In the Ukrainian conflict, these bikes are no longer just for transport. They're being weaponized, quite literally. Soldiers mount RPG-7s, NLAW launchers, or even drones onto their back or rear racks. They fly across open terrain, launch the attack, and vanish before counter-artillery can land. It's high risk, high speed, and deeply improvised, but it works. Dirt bikes are hard to detect by drone, faster than foot soldiers, and able to navigate muddy roads, forests, and rubble. In some cases, these bikes are outfitted with noise-dampening modifications, a kind of improvised stealth system. In others, they're standard enduro bikes, dual-purpose motorcycles made for both dirt trails and street use. Known for their durability, high suspension, and off-road handling, they're often sourced from local garages, ready for action with minimal changes. This isn't elite military hardware, it's tactical ingenuity, born out of necessity. The upside is obvious: speed, agility, surprise. These bikes let Ukraine hit hard and vanish before Russia can lock them down. It's the ultimate ambush tool. Move in fast, fire, and disappear like a ghost. Plus, bikes can go where tanks and trucks can't. Tight alleys, forest paths, even muddy trails after a hard rain. They're easy to hide, quick to refuel, and dirt cheap to replace. But that doesn't mean they're invincible. A dirt bike has no armor. A rider caught in the open is fully exposed. One well-placed drone or sniper and it's over. The bikes are loud enough to give away direction, and on open plains, they can be tracked. This is high-stakes chess with two wheels and no second chances. If this kind of video speaks to you, consider subscribing. Your support helps us bring you the machines, the history, and the wild tactics behind how bikes are changing the world. Let's be honest. These guys aren't invincible. They're risking everything on bikes that were never built for battle. There's little protection, no safety net. If they crash, if they miss their shot, if the weather turns, it's over. And unlike a tank crew, these riders are solo. No backup, no cover, just instinct and grit. Russia's not standing still either. They're adapting, deploying more drones, changing their tactics. Every edge Ukraine has today could be gone tomorrow. But right now, these bikes are working, and for every tank they take out, morale rises. Not just on the front, but across the country. Could this change the battlefield? It already is. Other countries are watching. Militaries from Poland to Taiwan are analyzing these tactics in real time. Because motorcycles offer something few modern weapons do, the ability to move like a shadow and strike like a viper, they're not for everyone. And they'll never replace tanks, drones, or artillery. But in the right hands, with the right terrain and tactics, they're redefining what light cavalry means in the 21st century. You can talk strategy all day, but what do the guys on the bikes actually think? Some say it's like being a clay pigeon with handlebars. Others They wouldn't trade it for anything. They know the risks. They feel every rock under the tires and every glance from a drone overhead. But they also know this: they're mobile, they're unpredictable, they're punching above their weight class in a war defined by giants. There's a sense of pride in making something out of nothing. A soldier on a second-hand dirt bike with a homemade mount and a rocket on his back? That's battlefield grit. And it says more about Ukraine's spirit than any press conference ever could. As one writer put it, tanks roll in with flags, we roll in with dirt on our boots and nothing to lose. This isn't just about motorcycles. It's about adaptation. In a war where the enemy might outgun you 10-1, you make every shot count and every dollar stretch. Dirt bikes aren't just moving tools. They're part of a new strategy. Fast, cheap, flexible warfare built for 21st century terrain. You can bet analysts from Poland to the Pacific are watching this unfold in real time, because these aren't just tools of desperation. They're a playbook for the outmatched and a warning to the unprepared. GPS-equipped e-bikes in mountain ranges, scout riders with drone support, silent attacks from unexpected angles. This isn't science fiction. It's what's already happening in the fields and forests of Ukraine. In a world of satellite precision and million-dollar machines, the humble dirt bike just carved out a spot on the modern battlefield. So what do you think? Are these bikes the future of combat, or just a clever workaround in a brutal war? Would you ride one into the fight? Or does it feel like a last-ditch move for soldiers with nothing left to lose? Drop your take in the comments. We want to hear from the riders, the vets, and the everyday folks watching this unfold. And if you're into stories that blend history, engineering, and real-world risk, subscribe to Lost Riders. We're tracking bikes not just on the road, but on the battlefield.